Oh, I gotta sneeze. Look at the sun. I have lipstick on my teeth. Why does it always look like one side of my hair is like bigger than the other? Whoa. Hi everybody, it's PJ, and today we're going to talk about how to get out of body. Get out of my body, my body. It's kind of hard to tell you like how I first started because I started when I was so young and didn't know what it was, okay? And I thought everybody did it. And then when I talked to my mom, she doesn't believe in any of the things that I believe in, so go figure. But anyway, but yet she has all these experiences that are really similar, so I don't want to say any of it's like genetic, but there's something to do with like families, and you'll find that with like psychic work and stuff. Like a lot of the people I know that work in psychic fairs, like when I used to work psychic fairs and stuff, they would say like my grandmother was psychic or this one was psychic. So I do believe that it's passed down, but I believe everybody's capable. Everybody's capable of being a psychic. Everybody's capable. It's not like a special gift, but it is like a bike. Like you have to learn the skill and then you have to keep using it or you lose it, because that happened to me when I left the psychic line. I tried to come back like shortly after and I was just rusty. And so I had to go through the checks and balances basically to ensure that I was doing a good reading, you know, because I don't want to give anybody a bad reading. But anyway, for OBs, once I started figuring out exactly what it was, then I was like doing it on purpose. And the best way that I can tell you to get there is through meditation. It's the only way really, other than, see, sometimes I'm drawn there. Like I feel like somebody on the outside wants me to cross over. And then other times I'm going there voluntarily myself. And other times I've asked for help. So that's probably like the 3 ways that I've done it mostly. When I ask for help, usually I know it's so, to me, it's like so kind of campy to say spirit guides, but I do have a few humans and like spirits or something that do come along, and it's the same people, and I've never met them. So whether they're somehow part of my past or a different life, I have no idea, because they're not like somebody I know. Like Jeff is not my spirit guide. Do you know what I mean? My spirit guides have been a plethora of people, but they're always the same people that I've never met. On this side anyway. Obviously, I mean, I'm on the other side. Anyway, so the best way, I loved the Monroe Institute Gateway CDs. I used to use them. You go through a series of Hemi Sync. Hemi Sync is like this, did you ever, it's like binaural waves, and you hear it as wow, 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 wow. It's actually one wave, but because or it's 2 ways, but because you can't hear them at the same time, they vacillate, wow, 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 because that's what your brain does with it. But what it does is kind of links up your 2 hemispheres of your brain. And when that happens, you can study easier, you can like think clearer, because you're using both sides at the same time. A lot of times, one side is awake and they kind of don't know what the other one's doing, and this links them up. And that makes things so much easier. And basically, okay, when you first go into an OBE, if you're not used to it, because like I'm kind of used to it, so I jump right over, but it used to be that I had to try harder. And when that would happen, I would feel the vibration. And the only way I can describe it, and I've never jumped out of a plane, but I watched a video of my stepson jumping out of a plane, okay? And his face went with the wind. And that's kind of how you feel. I know you felt this. Have you ever woken up really quickly and everything on you vibrates? It's like, wah. Okay, when you OBE, that gets intense, like to the point where you're like, wah, 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 wah. And then you just have to like consciously say to yourself, I'm not afraid, because fear will stop you every time. Every time. It stops me still. Like if something's going on and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. The minute I do that, I'm not going. So intention is everything. Intention is everything in life. I mean, it is. True words are never said. Truer words are never said. Intention is everything in life. So when you intend to flip, you will go with that. It's like you will go with that vibration. You don't let it scare you. And then just picture yourself like, okay. You can picture yourself rolling like a log out of your body and just standing up next to your bed. But I don't do that as much as, even though that's like what the Monroe tapes do, more for me is as I'm meditating, as I'm trying to get to that vibration in my body, I will imagine another chakra above your crown chakra, and I'll just spin it and it's black. And it feels to me like that, like opens something. Okay, I'll just imagine this black hole above me just spinning out of control. And then I feel the vibrations of it. I feel like the suction. And that's what it is. It's like a suction. Okay, it goes whoop, and you're like on the other side. And I've tried it. I once did, I wanted to travel so bad that I pushed myself so hard through an OBE that instead of landing like in my bedroom or in my home or somewhere else, I ended up on Route 40, like right along the side of the traffic in the middle of the night, like miles from my house, because I pushed so far. I just went zam. And then I was like, oh my gosh. And all you have to do to go home is just think, I want to be in my home. Everything's intention, because you're not in a physical body anymore. Your body's asleep. I've literally had times recently, I had an OBE where I thought I was awake and did the same thing twice. But I've done that a couple times. I've like gone in, made myself coffee, and then thought, why am I sitting here? Looked at the clock, it's 4 o'clock. Why am I making coffee? And then realized, am I out of body? And then you're like, am I out of body? You're looking around like, because it feels just like this, especially if you're unaware. Oh, what was I saying? Because yeah, so many times I've gone out, you feel exactly like you feel now. I've walked out, done things, and the other day that happened to me, I had an OBE, real short one, and sometimes they are. Sometimes it's just a quick, you've accidentally popped over to the other side. Oh shoot, you know, I want to go back to sleep, and you just pop back. Because once you have that pathway, it's so much easier to go travel. And there are times where I want to just go expand myself in the universe and see what I can find. But it doesn't, okay, I say I can do it, but it takes so much of my energy to do it that I kind of don't a lot, because like I'm so busy with other things and I want to get a good night's rest. So you got to understand, like if I could just sit around and do that all day, I probably would, but I can't because I live here. Anyway, so that's the best way for me. You can roll out of your body, and I would listen to anything that says Hemi Sync. If you go on YouTube, I'll link it below. It's the beginning of the Gateway CDs. And even just going there, like sometimes I can click over so fast just listening to that, because I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, you roll out of your body like a log. You just like get up and go, and your body's behind you. And you know, and the way you know whether or not you're traveling is just say to yourself, and this is what I do, I'll go, rise up. And all of a sudden I'll start floating, and I'll know, oh yeah, okay, I'm out of my body. Because if I don't do that, if I don't tell myself that, I'll start laundry. Like, oh great, I'm starting the laundry because I'm up. And then I'm like, no, you're not up, you know. So yeah, stuff like that. It's crazy. once out of your body, like, ask yourself, like, make sure that you remember and are focused on what you want to do. I mean, my focus is always like, I want to see Jeff. I want to see Jeff, who I just saw the other night. Yay. But it made me really kind of sad too, because I feel like a part of me is feeling like he's not sticking around as much maybe or something. So I don't know. And I was thinking to go into a reader, but anyway, that's a whole other video. Anyway, I don't want to do that now. So yeah, so but my focus is always like, can I see Jeff? Let me go see Jeff. It doesn't always end up that way, because he might be doing something at the moment that I can't, but it does, like, that's my main focus, is that's what I want to do, is go see Jeff. So I have a thought in my mind of a direction to go. If you don't, if that's not what you're looking for to connect with loved ones that are across the veil, then find something. I want to see my highest self. I want to see another creature from somewhere else. Like, there's any one of the motivations that you can have. Just otherwise, you're going to walk around your house and do stuff like you're on this side of the veil. Like I said, laundry. I make coffee. Go figure. I'm like drinking coffee and I'm like, wait a minute, where are the dogs? And then I look down and none of the dogs, they follow me everywhere. They're like little shadows. And so I was like, oh, fuck, I'm out of body. And then I like ran around the kitchen table to come into my bedroom to see me on the bed. And as I ran around, I said, wait a minute, just do this. And I said, rise. And I started rising up to the kitchen ceiling. I'm like, I'm out of body. Oh my God. And then I was like panicked because I wasn't searching for Jeff. So I like turned one way and everything started to slow down, and that I knew I was going to pop back. I was like, damn it. And then I looked the other and I went, Jeff. And I I heard it in the bedroom. So not only did I say it while I was in the kitchen, my body, I was so freaked out, my body reacted and it tried to say something. And that's what snapped me back to my body. I was like, no. Oh, back in. So you don't always get to travel because lots of things get in the way. But when you're there, always have an intention. When you're meditating, start with the intention. Say to yourself, this is what I want to accomplish. There are pitfalls out there. I don't even like to talk about them, but there are things that have scared me out there. I've never gotten hurt, but there are things that scared me. And because of that, I have to have an intention in my mind. I don't want somebody else's intention to be, which is why I don't always go when I'm drawn, because I feel like that's something else's intention, not my own. And I'd rather stick to my own. Anyway, that's how you do an OBE. When you come back, make sure you write it all down. Things can get a little miffed up. Not like a dream where you forget it. More like timelines and stuff. So write it down. Write it down right away. And write down what you see. Believe me, your first one, you will never forget. You will never forget. Like I have, when I did it as a young child, I have that one. My first one, and I also have the first one when I started back, right after, was it after? No, was Jeff alive? I can't remember if he was alive or not. Yes, he was alive. He was alive. But that one and the other, those two are probably my most amazing voyages. So go voyage, go have fun, go do OBs. Let me tell you what, you will stop really fearing death the same way. Like, I don't want to die, I don't want to suffer, I don't want to have that. It's not like I'm running towards death, but I know that there's something else. Like, I have no qualms that I'm just going to flip out of my body and go find Jeff. And then he'll show me all the things that I need to know on the other side so that we can decide, or he can decide, I can decide what next to do. You know what I mean? So, because your life is not this. This is not your life. Your life is so much more. there are so many worlds out there. There's so many different creatures out there, different things. So this is just one of the little stops on our adventure. And so that part is really kind of like gives me peace of mind that there's so much more. Anyway, I love you guys. If you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole that is my life, hit the button down below and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like these kind of videos, a thumbs down if you don't. Either way, got you watching me. Manifest something lovely in your life. If you know it, think, believe it. You can have it too, like an amazing, incredible OBE experience. Here come the dogs. Here comes the hounds.